loyalty to his sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we gon' make salute. Anytime where you there, it no matter. Anytime where you be, it no matter. Anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we putting up stronger one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. Where breeze not a shame. SLPP TV, talking points platform. Then they give you information about salute.
Yes, family, and welcome back to yet another very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. My name is Mohamed Kagbo, and today is the 22th of September 2021. Now, in the program, we get two main issues where we want to analyze. The first, we look at the statement of the First Lady, Fatima Bio, where making a boasting in the US, where they tell people will be there, they say, President Bio don't deliver only manifesto. Secondly, the situation in Guinea, as we tell now, we bring come to now the updates regularly for let us understand what they take place in Guinea. I mean, this you need less for overemphasize. Guinea, we own brotherly sister, and it's we happen there, whether good or bad, it gets something for do between. So we observe what's in the happening right now. And you also get the opportunity for make your own comments, tell we yes indeed. If indeed President Bio don't deliver all the manifestos based on waiting the First Lady say. And again, if you're on YouTube, you get the chance for watch this program live at TPP Leone. Now, for help me talk this better, when I do with my colleague here, Brian from the UK. Brian, you can greet people the listening for far and wide.
Yeah, good evening to all we listeners. Welcome back to the segment.
All right, thank you very much. Now, before we come first to the main issue, one can analyze the Sierra Leone issue. Now, I mean, for quite some time, we don't over close to 2 weeks now, we don't do some very serious analysis when it comes to the coup take place in Guinea. Now, we get some clip here we'll go for can play where the junta boys then don't very, very adamant that I make power not to way they joke, not to way they careless. Now, ECOWAS demand say Alpha Condé then for left out of the country. But based on all the factors we surround the overthrown and the country as well, if you are like say the boys and the junta boys and not get that plan, they absolutely. And again, I'll just play this video, let us see some of the analysis where people make why they feel say they're not going ever able left this guy, because it will be a threat, it will be a national threat for the country as a whole. And I mean, nobody no go one joke with that in any place, in any country. Now, take a look on this before I throw the ball to you, Mr. Ibrahim.
Guinea's military leaders say they will not let deposed President Alpha Condé seek exile. This is after regional mediators attempted to mount pressure to secure his release. The statement came after the West African regional bloc known as ECOWAS met Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya in Conakry. "We will not yield to any pressure," the military leaders said following the conclusion of the talks. "Condé is and will remain in Guinea," they added. This is genius, ladies and gentlemen. The coup leaders in Guinea are in no doubt genius. What the French puppet mediators from ECOWAS wanted was to be allowed to ship President Condé to another country like Ivory Coast and then make him run a parallel government. This parallel government would start transacting with international organizations like the IMF, taking loans, accessing Guinea's sovereign fund held at the Central Bank of France, and spending it outside Guinea. In simpler terms, the kind of damage such a parallel government would do to Guinea in many years to come is immeasurable. France and the other European powers would then force other countries to only recognize Alpha Condé's government as the legitimate government, and meanwhile, they would be working on a way the charismatic leaders in Guinea. This is what they did to Ivory Coast President Laurent Gbagbo in the year 2010. They had the French puppet Alassane Ouattara run a parallel government in a hotel in Abidjan, guarded by French mercenaries. ECOWAS has clearly displayed their intentions. Their main and only objective is to undermine the coup leaders in Guinea, who seem to be one step ahead. Undermine the coup leaders and the citizens of Guinea who seem to be supporting them. This comes at the backdrop of France's threats to the new government in Mali, warning them of severe consequences for hiring Russian mercenaries. The transition government in Mali believes that Russia's Wagner Group military contractors who fought in Syria against ISIS and won, then went to Libya and strengthened General Haftar's forces and won, would still win against Islamists in Mali and bring peace to Mali.
Yes, so we don't get the short clip, the development where they take place in Guinea. Well, now this what they talk. You should say ECOWAS complicit in this, because then they see Alassane Ouattara they change the constitution. Then they see Alpha Condé they change the constitution, just like where Alassane Ouattara and Ivory Coast change the constitution, it go for third term, regardless of the fact that na 2 term. And ECOWAS be the see where Alpha Condé they kill people. They're not, of course, I know so they get that and clause no interference, but also they get the power at least for a pull a statement. ECOWAS be the see the suppression they take place. Now the coup leaders then they cement them power. We made this analysis back then. A fever like what happened na Egypt where Sisi was overthrown. Where Sisi overthrew Mohamed Morsi. And what he do, he put on a cell and try and at the end of the day, they inject and kill according to sources. Well, maybe just a similar pattern, because right now, if Denga left this man, definitely it will become a very serious threat. You know, if it's ECOWAS is complicit on this entirely, if it's themselves hold themselves responsible now, then they act as fire brigade now. But you know, if it's not themselves fan the flame for letting to this level.
Yeah, a very good question. Anyway, ECOWAS is the NSSF get for probably review, them purpose, if they really purposeful, waiting that they really exist for. Because in life, now like how I go put it, if you run a home as leader, you therefore be truthful to your wife, you picking them, you understand. So whenever there is a dispute, where you can in between, you get that credibility. So people that they will listen to you, they take you say, oh yeah, at least you've been fair enough how you honor. Like as you mentioned, where Alpha Condé try for change the constitution, where usually people they call saying a civil coup d'etat than they to start with. So now enforce one, when for them come forward, condemn and sanction them and punish them. So like that they be some sort of example where you get for go all over to the world. So doing that cause, when I don't already question the legitimacy of in government in self. Say, okay, you self, this government we do own, legal anymore. So in that case, in the unlikely events, or probably this not a likely event, where your body can step over and take, then seize power, when you come forward to them and ask them, say, one loan I do this, they see, say, okay, your intention is genuine, and the purpose we want to exist for, now for help Africa, now for for promote democracy, now for help the continent, now for unify the nations there. Not for divide or split there. Like, you do a lot of things them, They may protest them, they suppress opposition them, imprison a lot of civil society groups them, you do a lot. So if we not talk that thing and then can't take the man out, then nobody know they listen. Waiting again, ECOWAS probably for try for understand. The Guinea political situation, it kind of be interesting and funny. Mamadiwe take over. In fact, they call and say Alpha in nephew. Now, like that way he did. Because where dictators and the one country, would you see how they happen? Like even like if you put it like now with Salon context, where President Bio they run the country, it will just naturally trust anybody we probably come or bond. You say because inside now from bounty come on, you will consider him for be your pikin, you will consider be for be your cousin, it will go na bo because na bo school attend school.
Okay.
Anybody within a bona they will make we see how the government is structured. So dictators and actually the one. So it try for get main people in the army, the justice sector, the government, and all key sectors then are people then in tribesman then we na Madingo. Yes. So that's why it bring Mamadi himself. They bring him from France. They recommend him. He send him on more special trainings. And when they say Mamadi train, yes, he is. But even when he come, Alpha get for spend a lot of money on Mamadi. He train him a lot. Send him Israel. He train him. He make the man become the more feared in units. That special unit become the most feared unit. So even in any event of military coup, now the only unit standing where they wait for them overturn any coup where any other person take them because it can say entrapment. Mamadi Komon. Now the same district and town outside the first lady come up. When the second largest capital, Kankan. So they get that kind of relationship. So that make them look at a kind of big betrayal. And nobody else not for able to overthrow Alpha Conde. The way they don't build the thing, pass if for come up from within. That like okay now only because any coup them be the few coup attempts them be done. Any tell them they don't say coup attempt they don't do. Now the special force headed by Dumbuya, then they go deal with the situation because I trust them. Now my brother and my Madingo brother. I see how the disappointment take place.
Yeah.
So even from sources, then when they attack the presidential parliament, the bodyguards and we be they ask and say, if we get any attack, would are they for call for reinforcement? So then say somebody tells say now special forces are for call. And then unfortunately, then be they under the attack of the special forces. So special forces. Yes, now then be the attack. So the story all what they are about is this. Mamadi not get for do anything to Alpha Conde. So Alpha the waiting the ECOWAS they see now like people like it uncool. It just hold like and save team, put in a corner, get their aside, change the dynamics. It not get for do nothing because the strongest support where the Alpha Conde they call the RPG party being get now from Kankan. The main district. That Kankan are they Mamadi born. Now they the first lady. Now they get the largest vote. Let's say like if I put it in Salon, you get the largest vote from Bo. Now they the first lady come up. Then the man will end up for overthrow. You know, man from Bo. So you see how the thing. You understand? You not come up from any opposition region like not so full man. So the man technically, even like from your understanding, we arrest the man. He under that house arrest. It is seeing doctors, you know, get any ill treatment. You know, able to see him eye to eye because it is shame because now the man make an order he be. For make it overturn. And the man
say there will come a time when you have to put emotion and country ahead. Because some people then see Mamadi as a hero, somebody who can liberate the country. Because we look at the steps, just like we mentioned, waiting Alpha Conde don't do, arrest opposition, arrest civil society members, them arrest protesters, then kill people, them, and this person be the see all of this. In fact, even the UN be even warned about this special force. I mean, Mamadi na a very special case. I mean, even the European Union be set an eye on her because of the way them be the handle opposition members, particularly protesters, the civilians. You know, if you say Mamadi do the right thing, he put in country ahead of let's say familiarity or maybe blood, what have you. You know, if it's not the right thing, just like waiting a lot of Guineans are saying.
Yeah, it remained for be seen anyway. Me that's why they put on my own personal opinion. In the sense, if you look Mamadi, how he do the whole thing, Mamadi now be the force way be the intimidate opposition. So he was part of the problem. If you look at the other way, because as I explained, that the unit where the president being formed, then well trained, then well armed than any other unit. Now be in your force than the way the protector. Now be in your force than the way be the quell down any demonstration. So it kind of be if you look at the other way, now like the other people they look at say now a big betrayal, now like una all be in something, then you decide for just come over. So some people whether they look at from far, they look and say we don't even trust the process. Some even in the wake of the coup, then they look and say now just being Alpha Conde in your plan. You understand? Okay, now it don't really for a relinquish power. It just decide for because how many bloodshed take place? If you look the strength of the Guinea army, now been just a walkover. The other than just
conspiracy. These are conspiracies.
Yeah. So now so they look at. So we get for see in the coming days and months. One, Mamadi is yet for let even form any government. You know, ever able to appoint any civilian prime minister for let form government. It just on consultation. He do one for in country. He do one but. How much it don't really do. And again, I say this now to anybody, you know, get for do nothing, you know, get for try Alpha Conde, you know, get for arrest her, you know, get for intimate, you know, get for beat her. Because I like your uncle. If you do, it get big, like the domino effect they take place from the same region because then come on at the same region. Now, like two people then come on at the same part with the effect. So the fights they begin from within. So that thing is very critical at the whole thing. Now, two Madingo them. But Alpha Conde come out bouquet, but in first lady come out Kankan. Now the same Kankan Mamadi come out. So Kankan have in strongest soul, the Mamadi say a Kankan man. So you see, you know what I mean. So if you look, it's very unreal. Like you see, they don't do a military coup. They just call ministers and when I count surrender on our passport because why? Most of the ministers how now from the same region, Kankan, Sigina, Madingo brothers and cousin, then I uncle there. So we get for see moving forward how it form government, how it deal with them guy. Then I will begin believe say intention journey or it just do and pass that out of
because if you say get the mind for that, you know the loophole, you know say I can do this. You understand?
Yeah, you know say okay, me not the only man. If me attack, nobody know get for stop me.
Yeah,
I mean not the only man will top why it take over. Then it form young government. We go, but like as I say, it's too early for let you predict. Because, yes, until we really see it take some firm actions, it lead to. But if you look like go to the ECOWAS, you then in the coming years, if they not try for restructure themselves, how did he deal with them company leaders? Like okay, Alassane, look Alassane in your case, the man don't thought time, the man don't whatever it is within constitution, then will come say okay, now a legit government. If then top will the government say that you go ask the people and say, "Una return to democracy." The democracy is a way una go they try for defend, then for be a genuine.
Yes.
If for be one way, it in the interest of people there. Yeah. So even the people, so they make where they go there. Mamadi sort of not they listen. When I say una they freeze Mamadi their account and their asset, which impact are they get? And generally, where una they sanction country then like Guinea, ECOWAS not get better now like a toothless bulldog anyway because. They not get much for do, and they not get that military there for do like what they do na salon.
Yeah, because Guinea likely be past salon like 3 times. So like
Guinea get one of the strongest army in West Africa. Where they talk about the kind force where they get air fighters and then get marine them, then get all kind units. No country, no, they grab individual like how they do Jamaica, Senegal being sent troops. You can't do that in Guinea. You need to try because the army very strong. So then and that's not even supposed to be option. But the only thing they come forward as a very responsible organization. You understand? Where they say the truth, so then colleagues them. If you get your colleague president, we want to manipulate.
No, like what I'm saying, I not cut you all. Tell friend to not well friend. That's not the just facts of it.
So the genuinity, people then will consider and listen. I make your body say this is a sovereignty state. When I know they can't to we, when I dictate to we, waiting we for do. Nobody know they can tell we waiting we get for do na Guinea. So now more or less, but if you look back to your question, if Mamadi don't look aside, he puts all the emotions and the attachment to the man that then come out, you understand? It take for the good of Guineans, it really work well in the coming years. Then it go don't prove for be that hero, that obvious, that answer that party. Then everybody go down say and say, oh yes, it do end in that sense, it do for the right of him people. Then, but I will tell this even ahead. The next prime minister get for be Madingo from Kankan. I know how the dynamics of that country. 70% of in government get for be Madingo, then still get for oppress the Fullers again. Put in a corner the ethnicity where they talk about it get for continue. And not get for from any national government of that national government unity way it was kind of balanced. Even if you want to do them, I say this again, the Fullers and not get for accept because the two main big tribe then we the rival na Guinea. We get others then. But now the two them we the main rivals and Lolo, if you put an example like mandate mini, yeah, small one then within the. So you will see where the coup starts. Probably the Fullers and be happy, then be excited, then celebrate. But when the announcement come forward, now another Madingo man, then even the Madingos then some be disappointed. But then they say now Madingo, they just say Igbo. The power just come on and we parlor, a can't say we host. So we okay with this. so that can continue over time anyway. Again, that in a nutshell, if I put everything.
Okay, that plan is only part of the African politics. But anyway, let us see within the sub-region, we see what Mali they go through, okay, under the same overthrow. And Sudan back again, then just foil an attempted coup. And again, we see, of course, the issue of recent time na Ivory Coast. But anyway, we have to make a different segment where they can exclusively can talk about the coups in Africa. Let me jump quickly. Let me come to the next item now, the program where Fatima Bio, the First Lady, talk now boasting. We say the president, President Bio, in manifesto, he don't deliver everything we promise on people. So this now it comes. We need for congratulate President Bio because I mean, if a president will deliver all of his promise, this now first time we see this in the history of Salon. So, but you and me now, as ordinary Salon people, we need for judge because I mean, if all of the promises, even out of they say the president even promised over 30 promises there. Where the inside manifesto. Imagine, first if in manifesto, you don't do all, though you bring even the Lunge Bridge, the bakery, the road, the 24 electricity, the ultra modern hospital. I mean, all of this, according to the SLPP there, this one don't come into pass. But anyway, let's listen for us with Fatima Bio this.
Ambassador Wang and all the honorary consuls that are here this evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends of Sierra Leone and all Sierra Leoneans, good evening again. I'm humbled to be in your presence this evening. Well, I'm actually here to accompany His Excellency the President just to make sure he smiles. But on a very serious note, I don't know whether you are evaluating His Excellency's achievements in Sierra Leone. It's 3 years down the line, and I believe I just heard an introduction of our brother from the NGC, and I was asking, do they still exist? But I believe even my brother from the NGC will read our manifesto and understand that His Excellency has actually done everything he had promised Sierra Leoneans. Our job now is really to focus on making Sierra Leoneans understand the SLPP manifesto, which was branded the People's Manifesto. His Excellency promised in that manifesto that he was going to do at least 32 different things to change the narrative for our country. And if you're a true Sierra Leonean, as I am taking politics out of my own game, now anywhere I go I wear red, so that you know that there's no politics in my own game anymore, because now we're talking about policy and delivery. Amen. If you go back to our manifesto, you'll understand that His Excellency is like flying with us. But this evening, I want to also take the opportunity to continue to thank him as our president, but more importantly, to thank him as my husband. It is easy to be a first lady in Africa, but it is very difficult to be a successful first lady in Africa. And to be successful, you have to have a husband that believes in women empowerment. To be successful, you have to have a husband that pushes you to do things. And when people say, oh, she is one of the best first ladies in Africa or Sierra Leone, I say, well, I'm only the best because Mother Bio is the best. It gave me the opportunity where today, even if you know me before as Fatima Bio, but at least by changing my name as Fatima Bio, I have no regrets anymore because it has challenged me to do more, to serve not only the women of Sierra Leone, but the women of the continent of Africa, and to serve and protect our children. Protecting our children has been a very difficult task. And a difficult task that I know we can only achieve if we all put our hands together and make it work. There is no civilized world where raping a child is acceptable. There is no civilized world where, or developed nation that sees women as second-class citizens. If you relegate 50 or 52% of your population in a kitchen, you will have a nation that has deprived 52% of that country from contributing to nation building. So now that His Excellency has challenged us women and gave us the opportunity to be at the front and channel our own agenda, and when we talk, he listens. When we express our frustration, he stands with us. When we ask him to change certain things, and when he realizes that thing will change our nation to a better nation, he champions it and make it his own. And that is the president that I am serving as the First Lady of Sierra Leone, and I'm very proud. I am now used to the social media bashing, which makes me smile every morning, and when I don't see that happen in the morning, I ask, what has happened? And then realize that America, we have a time difference, so maybe we'll see. But that social media bashing is the one thing that drives me to do more and change the narrative. Changing the narrative in a place where women don't believe in their fellow women. Women don't believe that a woman should be at the front. Now, if us women, we don't support one another, we should not be complaining if the men relegate us in the kitchen.
Yes, so family, that was the First Lady, Fatima Bio, where they confidently bluff say the president in 22-point manifesto has been delivered. And a part of that 22 points is still go ahead and do more. Well, this not to argument. I know I know camp argument because even the layman force now alone, the ordinary person, even SLPP supporters, bing, that hard supporter, they say know the truth. I mean, there are time, the manner in which even lie to people, like they insult their intelligence, okay, to the lowest level. I mean, sometimes you can even make fun of yourself because when people know the truth and you try for, I mean, it is at the age of information, age of technology information, where like ignorance still there because of some people are still blind and still deaf, they're not the see, but at least the level of intelligence, the level of understanding, the analysis, the level of exposure in terms of information is much more widely spread than 10 years ago, where 10 years ago, it was so easy for food people. It's so easy, but now it don't become more difficult. Because the moment you pull the facts, I mean the lie, the facts are there. Just like where you see this guy they do Chonaba. Sometimes, in fact, the way they send na the table, na the wall, argument not they pass and keep quiet. Because if they give you the number, the account number, the transaction time, everything, you just say keep quiet. That's not the only thing. But again, looking at this traveling, we know the president in 1 week it traveled in 3 continents. Before this America force, you go to Nigeria, go take one day. From Nigeria, go Ghana. From Ghana, straight. Apart from the one we go na UK, from UK to Turkey, you understand? Within 1 week. And now look at the entourage where they go. And looking at the hundreds of thousands of dollars where them people are they take for per diem, all of them kind of thing. Look how much people in go address. They not reach 100. Where would they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for send them per diem, go in a 5-star hotel, pay like 20 people and begin to pay money for them. I mean this, and also you want cancer. Well, it's ridiculous for what we the evening. He say the president manifesto all, even the bread and butter self all you don't solve anything. But anyway, let you just throw a little bit. What's not unique when the first lady they bluff confidently say the president don't deliver a manifesto. So let people and all the people that where they salo where they feel say the president do it, when therefore think twice. Because the president promised una, he gets a manifesto, he gets a book, he gets a to-do list. He already done now. So now therefore appreciate. Their time now, we need to appreciate people. Like people need to come out and get for jubilate and tell the president thank you. Because at the end of the day, I mean, at this we they expect when somebody promise you, he deliver. But on the contrary, you're not going to be the judge. Anyway, I don't go too much because we got that thing for Brinker. What do you take when the first lady make the statements publicly?
Already, statements we the first lady make publicly. Me on person, I don't see them, privately. I see again today in public. Now that can make we ex-politicians, like where they don't come on a power, whatever they can go through, either intimidation, molestation, or any frustration, and I can get no sympathy for them. The simple reason that this is an arrogance where they in power. Because when they don't in power, they feel say then they're untouchable, then a demigod. That power they did it forever, then can make any kind of statement, then can mock people, then because like this statement, it laugh Sierra Leoneans them. It provoke the whole disease, it provoke, they look the man like you don't hurt somebody that you can't forward. Because any responsible politician now this government, the statements we will make, where people then will listen to you, they will say, yes, we don't fall short. Now this sector and this sector, because of this reason there, because I know like we say, the real politician that we know the issues there. Then I then come in and we COVID come, affect this, affect it, not to mention. I not even need initially when you ask the question, I just go and say, I wish I didn't get the SLPP, the manifesto itself. Then I go through and they ask Sierra Leoneans the questions. And then
we'll counter. These are just quick ones.
Yeah, so Sierra Leoneans, me personally, say no even need the manifesto. I will start with every sector, even the education when I am flagship program. If it really don't make any impact, yes, you go don't can say yes, not free, but people know they pay school fees, but they spend more in other sectors, them like I forget books and other stuff them. Which impacts you don't create at the education. Then look globally. If Salon, we said the class we educational system, if we don't make any improvement when you compare to other country them. If they asking self that the key thing in any country where they drive country, like the economy. You look the 4 key components the way they look into any country economy from where they come. Look inflation. Who side they meet and who side to the points that they're ready for change the money. Like it's shame if that first lady talker, you ask and say, you don't even know the issues. Because even the economies and everybody knows the inflation rates at the country, not been there like high 3 years ago. It is bad. We can't do the other thing where they look at any economy, job creation. Then if we come forward and tell we say now this amount of job we don't create. You understand? The unemployment rates are the
yes, sorry for jumping, because American are the seat of power. I mean, are the more or less like now the superpower. Now they all things and they be controlled. I mean, directly or indirectly, in other words. So it's like a propaganda. If you get the opportunity for going to America, go talk about it, because the president also attend Harvard on a seminar where he will be a guest speaker on leadership, governance, issues like this. So it's like an attack, you understand? In other words, delivery, a sort of like a defensive mechanism. The wife, they do a boasting, and the husband, they do under a university. At least for send this message to we sponsor, because they are part of us sponsors. Say, oh, these guys are doing fantastic, marvelous. But then forget, say, then people are getting well, they get the information. You understand?
Yeah, it based on another they analyze, because like the ways people them, if not the ways people they're dealing with development partners that you want to talk to, not so they're not full like like not so last year I not go call we Sierra Leoneans and say we full, but they on level and we not to the same. So then when they told them, then they tell you, say, one let you support this your argument or your statement with the data, and I make I start from begin to give the data and now say, okay, let the man can talk on unemployment. You talk about inflation, you talk about job creation, the key things are within the economy. Then finally we add you talk now, say, okay, the GDP, I will meet them, and now I idea. You don't understand? These are facts them. Now you don't talk about the economy, you talk about electricity. You can't say, okay, now we meet so kilowatt electricity in the country. Would able to electrify the major cities? In fact, Bowen at the second city way now the base way strong, get less electricity now than where they began at the previous administration. More ton then we be even get lights, don't get blackouts now. So you don't even get. Then we talk about road. How many kilometer roads that you don't construct where you don't kind of power? Now these are the talk. So nobody no need manifesto. Let me say I don't even need a manifesto in that case. In them for don't just can say from who don't kind of power, we don't construct if we don't put the figures in forward. We don't construct how many 1,000 kilometers of road. We don't do this improvement in edge, unemployment rate, we don't bring that down. So we don't deal with inflation. Now the economy, the boom, job day, everybody happy. You know, we don't bring the cost. Yeah, they know they control price. Government know they control by bonus. So the cost of living now, so the bread and butter issues and like where they talk. So you make that kind of statement, everybody they listen to it. But if they can't public, we they keep this video for reference. And also, two things where the art one, because if we go into if you don't deliver done, you promise. Like what they say somebody, if you set target, then this target not big enough, it not scare you, then that target not big. If this line and call say they don't deliver everything, then Salon as a nation, waiting we want in life. Then you know when they be the opposition, at this then be ready for deliver to the Sierra Leoneans, and at this life we need where we will not get better electricity, we will not get better education, we will not get good road there, we will not get better health facility. We not get now this really we the demand will be the demand as Sierra Leoneans, now they don't deliver to it. Now this really, you know what I mean? Just like man when they say, you know what I mean, my life, I just want to get bicycle. Why I don't get bicycle? You don't do, I don't achieve everything. And I like that. Where you compete and the target for drive G-Wagon. They high. Yes, you just you know when me don't get so now this Fatima in call the part now this be at the manifesto. So I don't even need for cinema. If you call this I don't deliver that, now this I deliver, and then I want. Then secondly, I like in statement we make. If not true, when election they reach, they need for sleep. Any country where they don't give you manifesto, you deliver everything at that manifesto. Where election 10 reach, you not get for campaign. You don't campaign done ahead. So election reach, then just get for sleep. You know they explain no rally, nothing. Then just they sleep. And then go get a landslide victory, 100%, without doubt. But it will be a big shame again. Where election 10, I will see them go print T-shirts there, and then they share rest and mind in the campaign to people that already give them food and money for campaign. That would be a very big shame because anybody don't deliver on them promise. They don't need for ask you for second time.
No, of course not. No.
You don't need for come around and give you money and spend to you. And if not true, Fatima, you talk so. Where election get for rich, I want to all the sleep. There's everybody and tell them for sleep, say voting, then just go vote. Yes, you don't need for remind them. Because they know whether they sleep them bell food, whether they sleep them get electricity at their house, whether they sleep them picking and get job. Whether they sleep, the cost of living don't become so low. Whether they travel between the town and district and the road entire, they enjoy the ride. When they talk about transportation, when I don't able to deal with, when I don't give subsidies and when I don't deal with the fuel price, it don't be more cheaper. The cost of transport, when you do that, they don't. So now I make like shame, but like me, why they looking statement because now a blatant lie, now a big disregard to we people then, to the citizens then of that country. Then a mockery. Now that this arrogance make me not get sympathy for no politician after then come up. Even if Fatima get for one, if you get for happen, they go Gambia, then go arrest and then bring on any commission of inquiry, then send and go. I know they get sympathy. That the simple reason I don't talk away because if you're not able to deliver, show respect for the people in that country.
Yeah. So
we get difficulties. We get difficulties. COVID can hit the whole world. This is not the only country. We get issues and but you know, in our public say we don't deliver everything. Because you comfortable, una they embezzle, una they live the luxury of una life, una they go America like una they take part them, una they enjoy. At least come to the people and say, yeah, we they try. Now a work in progress. Waiting and then the manifesto, we they work on them. By the grace of Allah, we go deliver on them. We give una word with this and that. So Sunday some man, they get courage. But not can say we don't deliver everything. When the man who said the man talk and when they talk and any Sierra Leonean way they listen and something, they not even well. They not able to afford Panadol. When they ain't picking, they not get food for sleep. Then they not dark. Not just look say free to wanna go higher turkey ship the way wanna meet on a continental. The people where they apply, they use pan lamp. Then picking where they store the upline. They need study under any electricity. You they mock them. Damn, they good. It pains when the people then go they look at it and they listen to you. They talk at arrogance, not good. They get for looking to them here. Now that they can make some of them, they know they get good ending. Now this can make some of them, they chase them after they don't come on up. And now this can make some of them after they come up. Then they will see them back at the country you said and they. If you go to the West, America get a lot of ex-president. Not left America. Not left America. They work out proudly. They get any fear. Because then serve diligently and waiting and not deliver on then accept. Then serve the people them with conscience. If you can't at the UK, you can't at the West, most politics, they don't need for go on exile. They don't need for go on away. Yeah, but I will tell you, at the end of the day, they make them kind of say they mock people that you don't make more enemies in your life. Because people they suffer, some people they don't die because they never afford medical bills then. They never afford that. And who that they blame? They look at say, you not create jobs then. Like you say, go train land. People they train. They talk about apprenticeship then. Some people don't they out there. People they're willing. They do everything. But when another give the opportunity, jobs are not there. You not create jobs. You not deal with the economy. You not deal with inflation. Nothing, you not make no wood. Tell the people they say, we're not able to deliver on this. Not the reason this, but not mock there again. It really pains and a shame. Me, that part, it annoys me. I mean, then come on, anybody, ex-president, where they molest them, even like when you mentioned the Guinea, where they hold, like Professor Alpha Conde is 87, they arrest them, they then waiting and call, if the bobo then get any ill treatment, fine. If they no one, I'm not getting no sympathy, I would say, it's because if you be arrogant, you they treat people, they kill them, your officer, you not God, they even remove now, you don't get for commodity at all. But God tell you, to God, one day under your foot, and they bring somebody, they can take you, they arrest you, you will be busy, you not God. Now you did now people they regulate your life. Now they decide when you they use toilet. Now they decide when you for eat. And then for decide when you whether you for see. Now then they decide within which limit you for waka. Now an example Landy. So even like that for remind people that like Fatima, not just when they talk like this. She is very, very young. Even in the unlikely event, if we blind or then rig, then win any election at that country, they go to come on power in the next 5-6 years. Low take as if then get second term. If they get in age right, they're not going to even 50 years it. Because she's young. Even the president herself. It still get more than in life. More time than in life. You finally, after the power, you get freedom for live. You're able to live happily. You're able to share back with people them. They show respect for you. But you know they understand when you talk there, the whole hall, who said they sit down, the handful of Sierra Leone, they all man, that hypocrites. Where they did. They know the issues where they sit down. They but that their interest. So they look for jobs. So now the political party they support. So they just get for say yes to you. But genuinely, anybody you tell, any one of them will be then all they accept her or their mouthpiece, you ask and say, okay, this woman talk this. Tell me how much it been cost a bag of rice. Then where the America, they know how much remittance and they make to them people there. Will be enough for feed them. Then where they another holiday. And now how much did they make? It clear for let able know say yes, not true. The improvement on the. But then they go laugh to him. But then I because they don't come out, then go the drag and the molest. Then same one.
The same people, the same people.
I mean, any leader, somebody they criticize you, and you best advise her for be your friend. Because some of the things that they talk here,
a criticism from a friend is better than a kiss from an enemy.
Enemy. These are things out there for the listen to. Then say them point out them people are the highlights. Then we talk like Fatima, he owes Sierra Leoneans an apology publicly for cancer. Sorry, that statement all right. If you listen, you find you do waiting. I mean, not to like waiting. I mean, say yes. It don't start all of them. Probably people then will begin listening. But now this will mean no because people then they die with angry. They tell us say we don't feed enough. People then begin they die. People that don't done school. They're not able to get job. You don't create the jobs there. We know we get family members there. We don't stay on their job. There are no jobs. They can't say you don't deliver. Now this you call deliver. Now these people them been demand. Now these people them been vote for. Now this now the change. Now the new direction. This really we come up from the frying the frying pan. We go down at the fire. We gonna so the hardship the inflation rate. Then you can again in front of the people then and say, oh yeah, we don't deliver. Now a big shame anyway. That's my own comment on that.
All right. Yes, indeed. You don't analyze, you don't expatiate, and like you say, we're not able entirely forge further on this because, I mean, the fact is people are not blind anymore, and then videos here then go there forever. Now that make any way they talk, you have to be careful because once you don't talk and so you don't at the net forever. Now even if you delete it on your own side, other people can get her. Then go use it against you. This are other evidence. There is no way you're able to alter them. You understand? Yeah, we take this comment from Kafogo. We say what achievement she's talking about. So this combos bulleted. Wow, this is English. Thank you for your comment anyway. So anyway, laughable. I mean, if you want to put on so, I mean, it's just that we politicians, they not get shame. They not get shame. They are very shameless people. You understand? We want to put on so because even to the point where if you get your picking, you as a parent, you get your picking the lefty us. They go to neighbor for go fencing for it. They go wash pan. Not just saying out of good, say they go wash person import for me to get if it be a shame to you. If it be a shame to you, just like what they happen in salon. People in there they don't suffer. And so man pass look like Amos Sierra Leone and they die in Libya. Amos Sierra Leone and they die in Morocco.
If salon be okay, you don't deliver everything. Why people then for take that dangerous journey?
Dangerous. Me, I prefer dying at the sea. I prefer dying at the sea. I mean, so if I be ashamed to you as a father of the nation, you picking and they litter around, they don't have people host there, you understand, and they go wash plates, this, that. I mean, that I make, I don't repeat this many times. The problem of Sierra Leone, we not able to get a statesman. There is a difference between a politician and a statesman. The statesmen, these are the people that when they think about the next generation. How them people are they worry, they get a sleepless night. How do them people are going to get free quality education? How water business go be improved? How the road infrastructure, how go I make them for point A, point B, point C go be easy? Intra road transportation will make the farmers and the people away be say they don't want free to now apply them bond. Now they didn't sabi their business. So man, even if you go take and say I want count in a free to, you know what today. Now they own nature day. How you go make life easy for them? Then there's where they see some videos already they send some pictures them. Some of them bridge their way connect with them we don't do 3 years ago, they don't they broke now, you understand? Then dust they scatter. I mean, how they do? So these are the people that will not get. People who they worry about the economy. How may the next generation for live? But the difference between the two, now that the politician, they look on how they win the next election. That's like what they do so now. This is now sort of campaigner, you understand? This is the focus of politician. And unfortunately for we as a country, these are the people that will get in high number. In high number. And again, another unfortunate, now they will glorify, now they will praise, now they will clap for. Look like people and then at the all, I mean, then they clap back, they laugh, you understand? But like we talk now, hypocrisy. Okay. Because so man, if you don't laugh, Fatima they and deliver, you not laugh, though you did be now, no, next time they follow again. You know they follow again. You know they go there again. And someone they look for job. And someone getting family. So don't laugh. You know, they said the laughs have not been, you know, genuine. You know, some of them forceful laugh there. You understand? Where somebody they forceful no more. I mean, it please somebody, you know. So we get a lot for do as a country. We got a lot for do as a people. I mean, we are not blessed to have statesmen. We are blessed to have politicians there, and these are the people who they care who country go beyond. A statesman, and then we talk about like when they talk about so most developed country, they looking at people and they go for go serve. It's not about enriching themselves. You understand? That I may quickly resign. Now, Africa, they see even Somalia, they catch up with all evidence, more or less. Look like Abbas Bundu, one video become out, then video are naked, this, that, power backs, they not resign. If now white man, they do so, Speaker of Parliament, Speaker of the House, they resign automatically. You understand?
Definitely.
They resign. In fact, even if not a true self, just if not set the setup up, they resign. Because these people are there, for, they want left impact, they want left a legacy. You understand? They want where their history judge them, posterity judge them, say, well, be there, now so be do. When you understand? But we now the contrary, they don't care, you understand? As if maybe probably you go there forever. And no, life, power, anything not temporary. Not temporary, but I mean, it's difficult to understand. It's actually difficult. So let me just try to round up. You get anything for add before we
I will say extensively. I don't touch the two main topics there and the question they will answer. Probably we'll just say tata if that's not the last word to people anymore. And of course, hopefully, if anytime, you know, I will hear back with any topic ready for the day, we can talk about that.
All right. So, family, I will tell plenty thank you, and we will come back again on the weekend and count on a brand new interesting program. On the Leona, bye bye.